When I first got back in the heroScape 5+ years ago, I started doing some research on this community and found that you guys love your acronyms. We're gonna take a look at 11 acronyms that I think you should know. Starting up with number 1, it's VC, or Valala Customs. These are the official, unofficial figures and cards that you can add to your collection that you can also use for competitive play. Most local events, and even the biggest event, ScapeCon, will run tournaments that will allow you to bring VC units in your army. Now, Valala Customs is broken down into 2 subgroups: the C3V and the SOV. C3V, or Classic Customs Creators of Valhalla, is a customs project with the goal to create fun, reliable, play-tested heroScape customs, which will work seamlessly with other units from the C3V, SOV, as well as official classic units. For example, Maronids are a common squad that are parasites that can cling onto the back of adjacent unique heroes if they can get a wound. These figures are not from heroScape, they are from another game called Confrontation, but the community has taken these figures and created a brand new extension to our heroScape lore and gameplay. These are a true favorite of mine. Totally not mind shackled, by the way. If you're familiar with the C3V, please let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. I'd love to know. So there's the SOV, the Soldiers of Valhalla, which is a bit different. This customs project reviews and playtests personal customs to be included in the VC books list on heroScapers.com. I've heard, going through some of these posts on heroScapers.com, getting your personal custom into the Soldiers of Valhalla is very difficult. But it's not impossible. There is a rigorous process that they go through to get your custom approved. For example, the Zian Infantry by a heroScaper named Doc, which is a squad of Utgar Solborgs, which bond with other Utgar Solborgs. Yeah, I know. Pretty dope. Almost like about time, honestly. Because we look at the Solborgs and go, where's the bonding unit? The Soldiers of Valhalla have approved the Zian Infantry WOS, or War Grounds of Scape. This group has been assembling a collection of maps for the public to view and build. These maps are nominated by the community to showcase the decade-plus tradition of map-making design. This list is the go-to for a historical look at how maps have evolved into the modern era, giving the community consistent, excellent gameplay. On the other side of things, there's the ARV, or the Architects of the Realms of Valhalla. These are a group of heroScapers that focus on the competitive map building design. They provide a selection of maps that allow those that want to play more competitively. This group holds the highest standard to map design and gives you the rules to learn on how to construct a competitive map. They hold about 2 to 3 contests a year, and they're always open to help workshop ideas for maps. If there is a favorite map of yours, either from the WOS or the ARV, please let me know in the comments below. Speaking of competitive, COV, or the Casters of Valhalla, is ran by OEAO, Orc Elf Army 1. This podcast talks about the competitive scene. They strategize everything from army compositions to how to position units on the battlefield. This guy knows his stuff. He runs ScapeCon and he runs tournaments up in Massachusetts. He has a great group of panelists that come onto the show to give you the expertise that you need to know. I've listened to them and I love their work. So guys, keep on strategizing. For these next 2, I feel like I need to inform you on another acronym so you can understand the other acronyms. AoA, or Age of Annihilation. Age of Annihilation is Hasbro's next installment of heroScape. Avalon Hill and Renegade Studios are two companies that have worked on Age of Annihilation. And just to keep this explanation simple, that's all you need to know. NGC, or New Generation Customs. These passionate heroScapers focus on the future of Scape Customs within the spirit of AoA and beyond. They want to provide fans with 3D printed figures, as well as scenarios and terrain. Now, with every release of their waves, other than units, you could also get lore, which is pretty dope. Now, I love what NGC is doing right now. This is an ambitious project, because right now, Age of Annihilation has not been released yet. We barely know what's going to be happening with the next installment of heroScape, and they're already jumping the gun to work on brand new customs within this universe. Then there's ACEs, or the Annihilation Compatibility Evaluation Services. These group of scapers are putting themselves up to the task to playtest the evolving VC expanding universe against the AoA expanded universe, just to make sure that nothing from Age of Annihilation doesn't break any of the units from VC. As of right now, the units that were released from the Avalon Hill HasLab campaign have been received the stamp of approval from ACES. Now, this also does not include anything from NGC at this moment, so those AoA units from the HasLab campaign work with both classic units and anything from VC. So, thank you, ACES, for all of the playtesting work you have been doing. Please keep it going if you can, and let us know for any updates. Finally, I have to mention it. I gotta talk about it. I feel like if I don't talk about it here, when am I ever gonna talk about it? I don't know. I feel I gotta mention it. TOV, or Tales of Valala. I co-host with this very talented YouTuber, Tales of Valla, aka Ryan. Ryan provides a stop-motion animated story based in a heroScape universe. TOV wrapped up Season 3 of the show and does plan to bring more stop-motion animated shows to the channel. He is a passionate filmmaker that brings the characters that we know and love to life, as well as bringing people together for a bi-monthly podcast talking about all aspects of heroScape. Ryan has been putting in tons of work these past couple of years, and I want you guys to go over to his channel, subscribe, and please go check out his videos and write in the comments that his time and his effort is valued. He has been doing fantastic work for this community, been giving people stories to love and adore for so many years. Ryan, keep it up, buddy. Thank you so much for all of your work, and please continue the Tales of Valala. I know, I missed a lot of acronyms. There is way more in this community that I have not covered yet. So, speaking of that, let me know in the comments below of which ones to cover next, and if there's any of them that I've mentioned today that you want to know more information about, because granted, I've grazed the surface of information that I could have been telling you about these topics, so I wanted to keep it short. But if you want a full video about one of these acronyms, let me know which one to cover next. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, I am not crazy. I'm Joe Crazy.